Welcome again to our extended live coverage of the 2016 National Assembly elections. Now the polling stations have closed the polling, cast their votes, and we are waiting for the final results. Now we have in the studio Dr. Mustafa Bahbahani. He is the chairman of the Kuwaiti Gulf Economic Consulting Group. Welcome to the show, Dr. Mustafa.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you. First of all, how do you evaluate the election days starting from the beginning of the day?
Well, this is the traditional of Kuwait democracy, which started more than 50 years, about 55 years. We are one of the lucky countries in the Arab world that we have a peaceful system of having free election in the Arab world, despite the difficulties we have in the region.
Yes.
You know, since Arab Spring, only one country became real democratic, which was Tunisia.
Yes.
And Kuwait, still we have this strong foundation for democracy, as the Emir said, Emir of Kuwait, that we live in a very difficult time now.
Right.
And trouble area. So with all these, we have the stability and free election.
Yes. So what about the turnout? Do you think, how can you describe the turnout today? Do you think it met our expectations?
I think now the democracy is strengthened because the people who are opposing the mere decree of having one vote, one person.
Yes.
Now they accepted this, which went through the court. It became a law.
Yes.
And so they are participating. So the Emir gave all the freedom to them according to the law to participate.
Right.
So we have a new chapter. We have the all segment of population participating freely.
Yes. What about the organizations here in Kuwait, the sectors, the different sectors, the efforts exerted by these sectors in order to make these elections went very smoothly and a successful process?
Well, the organization
yes.
Was well done from the government side.
Yes.
We have, because I voted, I see a change, there is a security, it was very organized. Also the press and the Ministry of Information, I think they did a good job. And then also we have the social media. So on the whole, it was very well organized.
Yes. What about the democracy here in Kuwait? How do you evaluate the
political environment? So because of all the crises around us, we have suppressed the economic policy.
I'm going to read you a small sentence which to me sounds very positive. National unity is one of the main pillars needed to help us live in a society where justice and equality prevail. How can we further enrich this value in the Kuwaiti society?
Yes, I agree. There is no country can survive without justice and equality. So you have to protect it through the court system, not only on politics. You know, if you fortunately we have the Constitution, which has not been tampered with. So we have to make sure the justice system is working properly. And also there is duty on the government in the employment that is based on merit. And also the culture of the society, that they should not go for discrimination or emotional. So we have our history, this tolerance, and people from different sectors are living together. This is our tradition and will protect us. But now in the modern world, we have to do it by law. And you have to have independent court, and we have to go after corruption, because corruption is like a cancer, can destroy the society. So everybody believes that we should tackle the corruption.
Absolutely. You mentioned the Constitution. The Constitution was written in 1962, was implemented in 1962. So it's 54 years old. And as you said, it hasn't been touched. Do you see any room, this is a question we tackled earlier yesterday, do you see any room for amendments, any room for additions, additional articles that could probably maybe help Kuwait develop its democracy to the next level?
Well, I followed that, but I think when the founding,
the founders,
our founders of this constitution allowed the flexibility. But if we want to change, we have to have qualified professional people,
specialists, yes,
which I don't see now, because we haven't agreed on how to do it. So we have to do it through our democracy system, which goes back to the parliament. But I think right now there is not clear agenda from the members. The members themselves are not in agreement. So at this time, unless there is real agreement and majority we can trust to change the constitution,
we need to keep it.
Yes,
as
you
it is.
keep it as it is, because from now this environment, internally, outside, I don't think we can really agree the right way to change it. So what we can do is to maybe give it more interpretation,
Mhm.
you know, through the court. But if you're gonna touch it and you don't have control, so then it will be, you know, more difficult.
Mhm. So we shouldn't touch it now for the time being.
Yes, because the environment is not right
Mhm.
around us, and but there is a lot of things you can do. For instance, let's go to the U.S., right? The Constitution doesn't change really,
They've had quite a few amendments that have been made over the years.
but not the basic rights.
no,
Not the basic
no,
rights.
just the,
So the court interprets the Constitution. So the basic rights doesn't change. So we can do it through the court system. You know, we should have give more authority to the Constitution Court to
Mhm.
interpret this.
Dr. Mustafa, we're going to look at the results. I believe now we have a translator who's going to be
For the candidate Abdullah Yusuf Al-Rumi, 2,745 votes. The fifth is for Adel Jassim Al-Damkhi, 2,722. Saleh Ahmed Ashur, the sixth, 2,526 votes. Now, as we can see, positions are almost fixed. Let's say almost determined. But up till now, it is not final. It has to be approved by the judge. 2,460 for Mubarak Salam Al-Haris the 7th, 2,215 for Osama Isa Shaheen, and the 9th is Khalid Al-Shatti, 2,167 votes. As for the 10th position, Salah Abdurrada Khorshid, 2,134 votes. The 11th, Yusuf Sayyid Hassan Zalzala, 2,074. So you see now positions are changed from the 10 to the 11 and the 11th, 10th. The 12th is Abdullah Muhammad Utreji, and that is all for the first district. We are going step by step until the approved final results. Now we go to the second constituency. The second is the first in it is Marzouk Ali Al-Ghanim, 4,146. Riyad Al-Adsani, 3,578. Khalil Ibrahim Saleh the third, 2,914. As you see, positions are almost fixed and are not changing. Jam'an Al-Harbash, 2,443, the fourth. The fifth is Hamad Saif Al-Harshani, 2,341. The sixth is for Muhammad Barak Lumtir, 2,151. That is for the second electoral district. The seventh is Khalaf Dmitr Al-Anizi, 1,905 votes. The eighth is Rakan Al-Nasif, 1,887. The ninth is Oudar Wa'i. As you see that the second district positions fixed and no more differences. Now the 10th position is for Amar Tabtabai, 1,755. Hamad Muhammad Al-Matar, the 11th, and the 12th Salman Khalid Al-Azmi, 1,658 votes. From the second to the third electoral district, and as we see, the first position is for Abdul Wahab Muhammad Al-Babtin, who is still in the first position, 3,723 votes. The second is Saadoun Latibi, 3,378 votes. The third one is Yusuf Saleh Al-Fadala. As you see, between Al-Fadala and Saadoun, just exchanging positions. The fourth one is Abdul Karim Al-Kandari. Safa preserved her position for 3,271, and the sixth Muhammad Hussein Al-Dalal, 2,529 votes. Still, we are live from Kuwait Television until the final results. 2,504 votes for Walid al-Tabtabai the 7th. The 8th is Khalil Apple, 2,345. For the 9th is Muhammad Jabri, 2,219 votes. The 10th vote is for the candidate Ahmed Nabil al-Fadl, 2,109 votes. Jamal Hussein al-Omar still in the 11th position, 2,029. The 12th for Abdullah Ahmed al-Kandari, 1,978 votes. The 4th constituency will see the changes and the updates. The large huge district. The first one still for Thamir al-Dhafiri, the second is for Mubarak Kaif al-Hajraf, 4,358, and the third is Muhammad al-Mtiri, 4,314 votes. Then we move to the fourth position, Saad al-Rashidi, 3,669 votes, and the fifth is Shaib Shabab al-Muwaisri, 3,412. The sixth is Abdullah Fahad al-Anizi. The seventh position is for Ali Salim al-Daqbasi, 3,295 votes. The eighth position is for Askar al-Anizi, 2,812. The ninth is Saoud al-Shwayar, 2,788 votes. The 10th position in the 4th district is for Farraj al-Arbid, 2,743. The 11th is for Marzouk al-Khalifa, 2,686 votes. And Mubarak Bnayya al-Khranj still in the 12th position, 2,551 votes. The fifth, the largest constituency because of the population density and the number of the candidates. The first position is for Hamdan al-Azmi, 4,635. The second is Al-Hamidi Badr al-Sbai'i, 4,285. Mahmoud Abdullah al-Khadir is the third, 4,077. The fourth position in the 5th district, 473 for Talal Saad Jalal. The 5th, Faisal Muhammad al-Kandari, 3,962. The 6th, Majid Msaad al-Mtiri, 3,643 votes. The 7th position in the 5th district is for Khalid Muhammad al-Ataibi, 3,590 votes. Naif Abdul Aziz al-Ajmi, 3,481. And the 9th position, Nasser Dwaisri, 2,968. The 10th position is for Muhammad Hadi al-Hawela, 2,732 votes. The 11th, Muhammad Mehdi Hassan al-Ajmi, 2,644 votes. The 12th, Mahmoud Muhammad al-Hamdan, 2,641 votes. I wish these numbers, but who knows? Actually, it may.
Welcome back to our live coverage of the National Assembly elections for 2016. We are coming to you live from our studios at KTV2 in the Ministry of Information. And we have our guest early this morning is Dr. Mustafa Behbahani. Doctor, continuing
yes, good morning.
Very good morning to you. Continuing our dialogue, we were talking during the break about the sports movement in Kuwait and the problems that we have been facing, and you know, the government has honestly been trying to fix, heal the situation. How can the parliament play a role in this?
Yes, it is unfortunate because we want the parliament to solve many issues. One issue is new generation, the young people. They are lost countries now. They make money and proud of the sports. It's become very professional, and it's unfortunate that we cannot even participate internationally because of the dispute between the even National Assembly. You know. So this duty has to be given to the new parliament. They have to solve this problem. They have to compromise. Because I don't see why we should be eliminated, for a long time. The government is now spending a lot of money on infrastructure.
With
this-
the new sports stadium.
Yes,
True.
and I saw just last week the bowling,
The new bowling.
bowling, there is so
the bowling
there
hall.
is no reason for us to be eliminated from the international arena. So I think
Do you think they have the power to make a difference, the National Assembly, if they put their if they unite?
yes, this has to be their priority, because they've been mostly, you see, the turnout. Who voted for them? Beside the women are the young people.
The young voters.
Yes, so they have to do it. If they don't do it, I think there will be a backlash for the next election. This is one really major issue. As a country, it has to be united and forget our differences. And there is no reason for us to be boycotted by the
International sports scene.
yes.
Dr. Mustafa, another issue that we spoke a little bit about was, as we are looking at the names that are being read out and the tabulations and the results of the voting, who, in your opinion, is most likely to make it to the Speaker of the National Assembly seat?
Well, as I was saying, that I didn't see many new faces. So the only thing now is the members who boycotted, they can hamper the election of a new
The Speaker.
speaker.
Mhm.
But if they don't agree on a new speaker, if they don't have majority, the old speaker will stay, which is Al-Qanim. Usually, if you don't alternative, you go to the ones. So I don't see an alternative to the old speakers.
Okay.
But I think they will compromise on other posts. Most importantly, I think I hope the new ministers will be able and qualified to execute the government program, because everybody is complaining that we should grow the economy with this crisis. So if the parliament cannot solve it, we will have a real difficulty, because we have no way of having the price of oil going up to 120, 100. So if we don't solve the economic problem, we will have another crisis. And maybe this parliament will not last. So we have to focus on solving problems, not just giving promises.
Dr. Mustafa, one last question. I know we kept you quite, as we said, early morning. It's almost approaching 2:40 a.m. But in past parliaments, so whenever a parliament is dissolved, of course the government then has to resign, and a new government, and I think they have about 2 weeks in between, right? When a National Assembly is voted for, then a
To
cabinet
choose,
has
yeah.
to be.
Yeah.
We've seen most ministerial portfolios end, and a new minister is placed in place. Is this healthy? What is your outlook on this?
Well, in general, it's not a good policy, because the minister comes, makes a plan, and usually it has to be long term, 4 years even. Some countries go into 2025.
Mm-hmm.
So, who is responsible? I think both the government and the parliament. If they don't agree, you bring a very temporary solution, minister who stay a very short time, and then they leave, and the whole policy will change. This is one of
There is no continuity.
Yeah, unfortunately, this system has been going on for a long time,
Yes.
and many of the projects get frozen. So I hope that both government and the parliament stick to the policy, and they have ministers who are given the time.
Given the chance to have their ideas implemented, at least.
Right. Especially, I think the minister who are doing a good job should continue,
Mm-hmm.
not to be based on just secretarianism or,
Mm-hmm.
So I hope that the new parliament will cooperate with the government, because if they don't do, the citizen will lose.
And we might see another dissolution.
Right.
Dr. Mustafa.
But also we have to be optimistic. As long as we have the Emir, Sheikh Shabah,
Mhm.
We are in a good hand.
Mhm. Staunch diplomat. One of
Yes.
the most experienced diplomats in the world.
He solved the problem of other countries, I think we have a leader who makes decision, and he always listens to his people.
Yes.
So we have to give him a chance,
Mhm.
and then as a citizen, we have to also play our part. If
Mhm.
there is anything we see harmful, we should criticize in a positive way.
Dr. Mustafa, actually, I have one more question, and then we'll let you go. Do you expect big changes to come out from this assembly, the way it's shaping up, as we see here in the background?
Well, I cannot make a judgment, but I think if they compromise and they make deals, I am
Optimistic? you
but
think?
yes. So the opposition now has given the chances. They have to compromise, because not one sector will win. We have mixed of members. They are representing whole Kuwaiti society.
Mhm.
You cannot eliminate one section of the society.
Mhm.
So if they compromise and they have a reasonable solution, they can achieve. If they go, some of them, to the old system on confrontation, and I think we're going to go on another chapter of not achieving. So I am open-minded. I think we'll show in the maybe 6 months time, you know. But I hope that this time the parliament and the government can cooperate, because I think they know what is around us, and I hope we can do in our nature. We did it through the invasion, and
Unite.
we have some good Kuwaitis
Mhm.
who unite us. So hopefully, let's see the new National Assembly.
Give them a chance.
Yes,
6 months' time,
yes,
and then we'll know.
and then they will be beaten again by the citizenship. Yes.
Dr. Mustafa Behbahani, thank you very much for your time. I know we kept you up late. It's 2:45. We thank you very much for joining us in the studio. Do you have a last comment?
Yes. Well, I thank you and the program for giving me a chance and to
Most
let
welcome.
me express my opinion
Most welcome.
freely, and then
Freedom of
I
speech.
hope, yes, I hope that the ministry is really advancing, and your minister is young and
Mhm.
active, and I hope the best for Kuwait TV.
How do you like our coverage? It's impressive. I
Yes, I think so. I think if you see the result of U.S. election,
think. Mhm.
there is a dispute that even the voting system was not right,
The
despite
electronic
all.
voting, yes.
So I trust our system.
More than the U.S.
Yes.
On that note, we thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll take a quick break, and we'll be back with you with more coverage of the Kuwait National Assembly elections of 2016. Stay tuned.